Hello, gossipers. 120 victims. For who? Diddy. Who else? Let's talk about it.
All stories alleged. For gossip and entertainment only. Let's do this.
So, there is a new lawsuit that was it filed today, or did the attorney came out who's represented more than 100 people? Yes, you're hearing correctly. I think he said it was 120 people, and he said 60 men, 60 women, and he said that there are underage kids on the list. The underage youngest, I think he said, was 9 years old. He also said 60% was African American / black, and then I think 30% white, and then the 10%, I'm guessing, Hispanic or any other race. But yes, he came. He gave he did the news conference, and he also said that he's going to drop names, but after he make sure his clients, the ones who want to come forward and talk, if they're comfortable with giving names, and he will say names. And I'm sure Hollywood is like shaking in their boots. Now, there's this young lady that's going viral, and she was telling stories about being enslaved by Diddy, and going to the Playboy Mansion where there were tunnels, and she went on to say people thought it was easy to get through the tunnels, but it's not that easy. You have to be escorted, because in and out. And she's like, the tunnel, she said it was like a underground city of its own. And she mentioned Oprah Winfrey allegedly. I think she said tried to kiss her and gave her ecstasy allegedly. And then there was Denzel Washington. I mean, everybody's name is being called. Denzel Washington, Ashton Kutcher, Naomi Campbell, just a lot of people. And this is history. This is definitely history that we're watching, a takedown of Hollywood. So I'm going to go ahead and read you the article from CNN, and it's a 3-minute read. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to read the entire article. You can go check it out yourself. But again, this is from CNN, and it states more than 100 men and women intend to pursue new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, attorney says. And I think Sean Combs went before the judge today, which is October 1st, for the third time to get bail. And I haven't heard anything, so I'm assuming that bail was not granted for the third time. And the story reads, Sean Diddy Combs may soon be facing new allegations from over 100 men and women who's obtained legal representation and plan to file civil suits against the embattled media mogul in this coming week, according to Houston-based attorney Tony Busby. So that was the attorney at the conference. Busby said during a press conference on Tuesday, his firm, the Busby Law Firm, along with Ava Law Group, have been retained by at least 120 individuals to pursue cases in civil court against Combs and who contacted them after claiming to be victimized by Combs and other individuals or entities. So this is 120. And because the statutes of limitations, they ran out for these victims, and victims that are not attached to his case now, which is racketeering and sex trafficking. But these are victims from 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they won't be able to file criminal charges against him, so they can do civil charges, and hopefully they'll get some kind of money to I won't say ease, yeah, you could say ease, some kind of money to ease their burden of, because every victim reacts differently to being assaulted or harassed or threatened, and it affects them where they can't make money to support themselves or their family because they're in such terror of what happened to them that even if they get something from civil court. Now with that and Diddy, they said he was a billionaire, but that's mostly assets. So with 120 and they say there's more, I don't know how this man is going to pay any money, basically. Back to the article. Some of the cases they intend to file, according to Busby, will center on allegations of violent sexual assault or sexual abuse, facilitating sex with controlled substance, false imprisonment, compelling prostitution, sexual misconduct, dissemination of video recordings, and sexual abuse of minors. My gosh. The musician and businessman was indicted on federal charges, including sex trafficking, earlier this month. Combs has pleaded not guilty. Busby said that of the 120 people who've retained his firm, half of them are men and half of them are women, and that 25 of these individuals were minors at the time of alleged incident, which they said occurred in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami during parties and at times music industry related auditions. We hear a lot of studio crimes. As Mr. Combs' legal team has emphasized, he cannot address every meritless allegation in what has become a reckless media circus. That said, Mr. Combs emphatically, I think I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claims that he sexually abused anyone, including minors. Erica Wolf, an attorney for Combs, told CNN in a statement on Tuesday. Wolf added that Combs looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court if and when claims are filed and served, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation. Wow. Based on evidence. That means he's going to name names, because come on, 120 people besides those who have already been out. Are you telling me that every single person is lying? I doubt that. So he's going to be spilling names. And as I said, the attorney said during the press conference, names will be mentioned. So, Hollywood, and people are saying that you're going to have people offing themselves and trying to, it's just too much. Okay, let's go back. The firm said it plans to begin filing these cases within the next 30 days as they continue a vetting and collection of evidence process. More than 55% of the victims reported misconduct to either authorities, that is the police, or to hospitals, Busby said, of which his firm is actively working to collect the records of reports made to authorities. Busby also clarified that his firm is not filing a class action lawsuit. Rather, each case will be filed individually in various states. Combs, he said, will in some cases not be the only defendant cited on the civil suits. As Busby says, other individuals and entities may also be named based on the claims and the evidence they've collected. Remember I said that earlier? Hollywood. Since last November, Combs has been hit with 12 civil suits, 11 of which directly accuse him of SA. Well, sexual assault. This is important. Combs has denied many of the allegations against him and settled one claim, but has not yet responded to all of the other lawsuits that remain active. And that one claim is to who? Cassie Ventura, who opened the door to all this that's going on, to expose Hollywood for what they are. He is currently incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, where he is awaiting trial on 3 criminal sex trafficking and racketeering charges after being indicted by a grand jury. Attorneys for Combs are appealing his detention, seeking his release from jail as he awaits trial. A source previously told CNN, I don't like sources, that the majority of accusers who file civil lawsuit had met with federal investigators during their month-long investigation. In March, Combs' residencies in Los Angeles and Miami were searched by the Department of Homeland Security. After Combs' arrest, authorities said the investigation remains active and ongoing. So yes, Diddy is going down, 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 and he's taking people with him. Some are even saying that Mayor Adams, New York mayor, Diddy might have ratted him out. It's a lot. Gossipers, as always, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so when I post you will be notified. Also, what are your thoughts on this latest press conference with 120 victims, some being minor underage kids? Thank you.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls we have received since our first announcement. Even before the indictment of Sean Combs, we had received a small volume of calls and had screened a handful of cases. After the indictment of Sean Combs and the announcement that we were pursuing these claims, the floodgates opened. People who wouldn't otherwise, for a variety of reasons, are now stepping forward to make their voices heard and to pursue justice. But no, most of these people are scared. They fear backlash in their communities. They fear backlash in their own families. They are afraid of retaliation from the perpetrators and their associates. They are rightly afraid for their own personal safety. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against. And as is always the case in situations like this when a celebrity is involved, people can be downright mean and nasty. You would be shocked at the length fans will go, no matter the evidence to the contrary, to defend celebrities they love. I mean, there's a reason for this word fans. They're fanatics. I've personally already been threatened multiple times on social media. And when I agreed to pursue this, I expected as much. This isn't my first rodeo. But victims who step forward to have their voices heard should not be subjected to that kind of conduct. They should not be targeted. I want to say this, and I want to be clear about it. Although we are vetting each call as stringently as we can, I always start with a mindset that I believe victims. I believe victims because I understand the tremendous courage it takes to step forward. So if you're watching this, please hear me. If you're out there and you have been victimized, you are not alone.